What's up, everybody? I'm doing a live
So
stream.
how does this sound? I made a green meat casserole with fresh mushrooms and
Let me see if some more people come in here real quick.
slivers.
Hang on. My wife's giving me the breakdown of the menu.
Salt, pepper, fresh garlic, whole milk, chicken broth. It's gonna be good. Because usually do like the fry things and they're a lot not nearly as healthy for you as almonds.
Happy Thanksgiving, JV. All right, nothing crazy here. If Ripple becomes a bank, would you keep your XRP there? No, I would still own my XRP. Happy Turkey Day, Solomon. Happy Turkey Day, World Currency. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Utah here. What's up, Utah? Frank, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Darren Moore, what's up, dude? What's up, Darren? Happy Thanksgiving, bro.
What's up, raw?
King Me, Bless King. XRP Gorilla. You said you wouldn't put a video up. I'm not. I'm telling everybody happy Thanksgiving. Trent, what's up? Coming XRP price, I have no idea. All right, I'm going to see if a couple more people want to get in here. There's like 70 in the chat right now. Happy Thanksgiving, Anthony. Happy Thanksgiving, Mike. Happy Thanksgiving, William. Happy Thanksgiving, Dean. Happy Thanksgiving, JK.
Dude, Sammy.
Happy Thanksgiving, Doma. Happy Thanksgiving, Joe. What's up, Nate? Have fun and eat everything. Oh, I am. I'm going to, dude. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to Dope Nod. American Argonaut. What's up, dude? Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. Happy Turkey Day. Mark, happy Thanksgiving. The Shovel. I hope we're all ready for the ride up, too. I think we were all expecting a little bit of a correction. I know I personally was. Obviously, I've been saying that for the past couple of videos. I didn't, just as a disclaimer, too, I did not buy on this run-up, and I haven't bought on the way down yet either. So I buy when I absolutely can, whenever it's not going to affect me from a financial standpoint, whenever I feel comfortable in buying. There is a dip, though. Yeah, Trent says, for those who FOMO, there's your dip. Of course, there's always going to be dips. There's always going to be FOMO, but ain't buying till sub 40 or that range. I mean, it is what it is. What's my favorite band? Mike, my favorite bands, if I had to pick, Tom Waits is not necessarily a band. Tom Waits is up there. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Pixies are up there. Old school Metallica, the first 3 albums, which would be Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Master of Puppets. Those are some of my favorite bands. So anything under 50 cents is a buy for me, of course, dude. What are you guys all doing for Thanksgiving? Are you guys meatloaf? My favorite pizza. My favorite pizza is pizza, bro. What are you guys all doing for Thanksgiving? You guys, yeah, Gaslight Anthem. Pooping? Working, that sucks, dude. I am drinking Pacifico right now. I'm actually I've been trying to calm down a little bit on the drinking lately. I have a health screening for life insurance for myself on Saturday, so we'll see how today and tomorrow goes. But football watching. Dude, I was going to watch the Steelers today, but no, couldn't do that. I am in Sydney every day. It's Thanksgiving. It's awesome. Modelo. Jello shots on Thanksgiving. Drawing up resignation papers. Oh, my Todd, dude. I wish. I've had fried turkey like twice. I will shave my beard on YouTube live when XRP goes to $10. How about that? I bought more XRP at 46 cents. Raise my dollar cost. Okay, dollar cost average is 27 cents. Alcohol can raise your blood pressure. Of course, that's why I'm trying to cut down. I drink on a normal basis. So today is a light day for me, but I'm still drinking. So love fried turkey. Of course, who doesn't? So I didn't see much news today. I mean, Hedera has been chillaxing during this past week. Hopefully, we'll have its day soon. That's from Baz. Dude, Hedera, honest to God, for me, and not to say like this is financial advice whatsoever. XRP is my number one bag. Hedera is right there at number two. There's a couple of other ones that are maybe close to that, but I love HBAR. I could be wrong, but I think that HBAR is going to be top 10. I can't see it not being a top 10. Unless something drastically goes wrong or unless something comes out that it's not what we all think it is. And, I had a meeting with Christian Hasker from Hedera, and the dude was like super transparent. So, I can't say enough good things about HBAR. I'm just waiting to see what comes out, in the future, because for those of you that are not aware or haven't looked into HBAR or Hashgraph, I'm sorry if it's getting loud, but, they have super... They have a governing board that essentially operates and runs the network. Google's on there, DLA Piper, Boeing, multiple companies that are very big. So XRP $1 by midnight. That'd be awesome, dude. Your work is unprecedented. You deserve a lot more. This is just a small token of my appreciation. I'm gonna definitely pronounce your name wrong, but thank you very much, dude. I honestly appreciate it. I'm honestly, I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I'll hang out and bullshit for a little while here. Ada, I love Ada. Charles Hoskins is a fantastic dude. He's a very smart individual. I think what they're doing, as far as trying to, bank the unbanked from a smart contract standpoint, everything else, it's basically, I've seen like Polkadot I would put right there with like Ada right now, because we know that Ethereum's had problems scaling. Ethereum 2.0 now is taking deposits, which is awesome. I also believe in Ethereum. One of these platforms is going to win out to be the major player. Ethereum had done it earlier, but there is room for growth, in my opinion, for Polkadot and something like Cardano or Ada. So I think Cardano is great. So do I, dude. I hold a lot of Cardano, or at least whatever I can afford to lose completely, I hold it. DGB, so that's Digibyte, right? I use the grow lighter to light a cigarette. Having family over for turkey dinner, no mask, fantastic. Reserve rights. I still have to look into reserve rights. I did that deep dive. Well, just to give you guys a heads up, on Patreon, I did a deep dive into Icon, very much so tied into Korea. Also some other big initiatives, but it's like tied into like this digital ID initiative. So, I still need to look into reserve rights a little bit more. I have like a handful. Power Ledger, somebody asked me to do on Patreon, I'm going to do. Reserve rights, Safe Haven is one of them. There's a good handful there, but it gets difficult because like, do I really want to put out information while we're crashing? It's probably the best time to put out information because we all know where this market goes. The worst time is to put it out during a parabolic rise. So VeChain top 10 project. VeChain is tied into the Chinese government. So I agree with you. I think VeChain is a top 10 project. What are the top? So right now, if I look at top 10, we've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Tether. I think Chainlink is 5th, right? And then I think Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin are still in the top 10, which for me is just so hard to believe. I'm not saying Bitcoin Cash is a bad project. If you hold Bitcoin Cash, fantastic. But I tried not to hold as many proof of work currencies as I possibly can. Like the only proof of work asset I think that I hold right now is Ethereum. How do you pronounce that? BIDAC? I don't even know. I'll have to write that down or take a note here. You know what I'm also looking into? This is a freebie for everybody that's listening. I'm very much so still paying attention to Perlin. I'm very much so still paying attention to Bluezell. I'm very much so paying attention to Sia Coin. And then there's some, I presented on my video, but Sora has other initiatives that are about to come out. One is PolkaSwap, which essentially brings Polkadot into the DeFi space through the Sora network, as well as VAL, VAL, and that's another Sora initiative, so I'm paying attention to that as well. Happy Turkey Day, Leo. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, again, everybody, happy Thanksgiving. I'm going to hang out with you guys for like 5 minutes here. Bancor, I've had lots of people ask me to look into Bancor. There's so many assets. I will look into Bancor. I'll put that on my list as well. You think Trump re-election, just saying BTC is in trouble. Waves. Yeah, I have seen some shit about Waves. I believe in Waves very much so. They're tied in with Russia, from my understanding. I actually don't hold Waves, and that's probably a mistake. But it's one of those assets where I've seen it multiple times, and it's one of those things that I definitely need to get a bag of. So I know Waves just had a pump, too. So I've been... Also, a dude on Patreon asked me to look into Ramp, and I took a quick look at Ramp, and Ramp looked pretty interesting to me, too. And that's like a lower cap coin, so... $1.80ish by the end of this month. I don't know. Theta. People have been asking me to look into Theta token as well. Zilliqa, I think, is a good project. I think it's one of those ones that's been around for a while. It's been building for a while. And, you know, people gave me slack yesterday for posting about Verge on my on my video. I understand Verge is integrated with Pornhub and all this other shit, but I could really care less. If you look for certain trends, now I understand we had a little bit of a reset today with the pullback, but that was to be expected. But some of these coins are starting to attack these levels, and if you can find, how's the best way to word this? If you can find similar characteristics for right before coins pump, and I have, I mean, at least I think I have, I'm going to certainly present it. Verge is one of those things. Verge looks dead 100%. People talk shit on Verge. It's a shit coin, whatever. That's fine, but it's about to do something. It's about to break above resistance that it hasn't broken above in like 2 years. So, and we know what previous all-time high was. It's like, was like 25 cents, and it's like 0.006 or 8 cents right now. So who cares? You know what I mean? I could give two shits less. I'm looking for coins that are going up. My long-term bags are very much so like XRP, HBAR, VeChain would be I would consider a long-term bag. Anything. I mean, there's a lot of them out there, but most of them are like fair game for me. I'm just gonna try to play the market as much as I can. If I see something about to break resistance and I know it's gonna rise, I'm certainly gonna do it in the short term. So, Icon agreed, Quant agreed, OneChain I've got to look more into, ARC I've got to look a little bit more into. Algo, I hold Algo, but that's, you know what, if you want to learn more about Algo, I think Kevin Cage is your dude. I know that he looks into it a lot, so I got into Algo mainly because of him. So, MFT, what is MFT? Of course. Holochain. I actually don't hold any Holochain. Stellar burning half their supply last year, suspicious. Maybe like a last-ditch effort. I actually do hold Stellar. Mainframe. Singularity Net is another one that people have asked me to look into. I need to. I should hold Holo. My only concern with Holochain is like those Holo ports and everything else. I just don't know, and I'll look into it more for sure. I'm not knocking the project whatsoever. Because there's going to be multiple winners in this space. But from Holochain standpoint, they have those like Holo ports and everything else. My only concern with that is like, are people really going to have a Holo port in their house, And like, I understand the decentralized web is going to be huge, but I don't know. XTC, are we talking, that's Zinfin, right? Yeah, I hold Zinfin. We know that they're tied in with Corda. I'll look into AGI. How much turkey have you had? 0. I just peeled like 20 potatoes. So we're about to make mashed potatoes here. So, all right. Anybody that put any money in the super chat, thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate it. Zcash. Zcash is proof of work, I think. I don't hold any Zcash. I know what it went up to in the past. I'd have to check into, like, now that we're talking about older digital assets, I'd have to check into NEO. You guys remember, for those of you that were here in like 2017, what NEO went up to? It was like $135 or something like that. What's NEO right now? Pomps broadcast with Brad? No, but I think that came out today. Electronium? No, but they reached out to me to be an advocate and asked to pay me or whatever. No, I didn't do that though. $17 is what Neo's at right now? Okay. God, Neo was down to like $3 or something like that, like a while ago. Man, I think it was down to like $3 or $4 or something like that. It had to have been. Pacifico. Yeah, Neo was a beast back in the day. I remember people saying, I'm going to buy as much Neo as I possibly can. They're tied in with China too, right? So, SHA is what? Is that share ring or no? That's not Twisted Tea. That's I'm drinking Pacifico. I'm trying to tone back a little bit. I told everybody I have a friggin' life insurance thing on Saturday. Rumor has it that you sleep every 3 days. The bags under my eyes would agree with you, but I actually do go to sleep every night. Safe Haven, yeah. Safe Haven, from my understanding, is super interesting. I haven't looked into it as much as I should. Apparently, you can turn over your digital assets upon death, et cetera, with something like Safe Haven, which is obviously what's the platform that does like IRAs? I was gonna be an advocate for them, but I ended up turning it down. I turned down like a lot of shit in this space, which I probably shouldn't do. I did the unstoppable domains thing for being an advocate for them, just because of the fact that with the pay ID thing. Maybe I'll open my eyes up a little bit more for some of this stuff, but I don't know. I just don't think that whenever I do videos that most people want to see me shilling platforms that I'm supposed to be supporting, you know. And I can't imagine doing that in every video. Why has no one spoken about urine finance? I will tell you why nobody has really spoken about urine finance, because everybody missed the DeFi boom or bubble or whatever you want to call it. Now, I have very much so been paying attention to the DeFi stuff more recently, but if you take a look through like CoinMarketCap or whatever site you want to use for metrics and try to like find volume and find assets that may pump, there are so many DeFi tokens out there. It is like absolutely ridiculous. It's difficult to try to pinpoint them because you can't necessarily find partnerships or any of that type of thing through urine finance. Now, I did present on that Keeper 3 network, which is essentially one of the main devs of urine finance. It pumped a little bit. It's probably going down right now or whatever. But, you know, there's some other interesting DeFi projects that I found. Like, I presented it on Patreon. Another thing that I presented, Barnbridge. Take a look into like what they're trying to accomplish. That's interesting to me. There's just so many DeFi coins out there right now. All right, I've got 1 minute. If you guys want to ask a question, I really just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody and make sure that everybody's doing all right. Don't worry about this little tiny pullback right now. One of the worst projects you've heard of from your research. What's a coin people may need to stay away from? That's a difficult question to answer because there's so much possibility in this space. I will say this. I'm not going to call out a worse project, but I will say when somebody tells you about a project, at least vet it from like a very basic standpoint. Like Kevin Cage mentioned to me Algo. I looked up Algo. Algo has some pretty decent partnerships, et cetera, so I vetted it to an extent. In the bull run of 2017, when it was like January of 2018, there was a dude that actually got me into Bitcoin in the beginning of 2017, was like mentioning like these crazy coins like COS. And COS was like trying to start an exchange out of Singapore. And I put like $1,000 into COS, which was like, and again, there's so many people in this space that have way more digital assets than I have. I invest exactly what I can afford to lose, and whatever I think it's going to go to, I plan accordingly. But I put like a good allocation of money into this coin called COS without ever researching it. And I don't even think there's a COS token anymore. The COS exchange is a shit exchange. So I would just recommend, I wouldn't say there's shit projects out there necessarily. I'm sure there's thousands of them. 95% of them are probably shit. but vet the ones that you get recommended, and what you feel confident in. I would recommend you just sticking with the ones that you're confident in, that you've actually vetted yourself. Haven't heard of Pivx. I try to stay away from privacy coins as much as I possibly can. Not saying that anything's going to happen to them, because I think there's probably going to always be privacy coins. I did want to touch base on like the December 3rd thing with like regulations and et cetera. I haven't seen anything factual except for the Brian Armstrong from Coinbase tweet. I'm curious to see where that goes. I don't know if you guys have any insight, or if you've seen anything else that I've potentially seen. So that cigarette does not have weed in it, dude. It's a cigarette. I wish it did, but I work and, you know, we get drug tested and stuff, so I can't do that. Will the markets crash if Trump ends up winning? What do you think? Because, well, Dragon Chain was another one. What do you think? Because, President-elect is now like, you know, the stock market just hit all-time high, right? I don't know. Yeah. I don't want to get into political stuff either, because we all have such different, views. Like, I'm very much so a conservative. All I want to see is like a fair and equal election, but I also am a realist, and I realize whatever's going to happen is going to happen, so I really don't care. Do I know if the stock market's going to tank? I have no idea. I don't go all into anything, Frank, just so you're aware. I have a whatever bag I thought to buy with XRP that I wanted to buy. I still potentially can add to that bag, obviously, but I think diversification is key. Obviously, they say if you're going to want to generate wealth, consolidated positions are key, but I don't know if that necessarily applies to a market that is a brand new asset class that has multiple potential winners that could take over the entire. Too old and you just don't want to diversify. XRP is a good bet in my opinion. Then I try to diversify as much as possible. No, I agree. Market cap doesn't mean anything. But you're looking at like something like, especially when you're dealing with like XRP, because you're not, market cap is essentially a metric that's generated to evaluate the business valuation of like an actual business, right? Like, what is this business worth? A digital asset that bridges value, et cetera, how can you really put a market cap on that? Because you're not evaluating a business, you're evaluating utility, essentially. That's not, when you buy stocks, you're not really buying utility, you're buying the valuation of a company, or what the supposed valuation of a company is. 50 to 55. Yeah, I think we broke a little bit before 50 today, but think about this way, like last Saturday, like 5 days ago, we were at 30 cents. So we've been talking about a little bit of a correction. There's definitely going to be one. Dump the cigarettes and get on the nicotine pouches, for sure, dude. Football on football day, gobble, gobble. I agree. Hey, if I didn't get a chance to directly say happy Thanksgiving to you, happy Thanksgiving, very much so. I love all you guys. I know that I have women, men, everybody. I love you guys in this community. You guys are all my second family. I do all this research, Luxo. I still do like Luxo. I do all this research and, try to find as much as I possibly can and be as realistic as I possibly can to you guys. And I will continue to do so. I hope that we find more info. I hope that we have some validation via price increases, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure that we will. But again, people like you and I are not controlling this market. People with the big bags are. But it's bound to go up at some point. So, and, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I'm glad that I could spend a couple of minutes with you all, and hope that you had a great Thanksgiving. And if you're not celebrating, I hope you got a great Thursday. So I will talk to you guys later. If there's news tomorrow, I will certainly present it. All right? Later.